Hey everybody, Jake here. Today what we're going to do is we're going to change the Rheostat or Potentiometer control switch on this VitaMix 5000 blender. What's happening with this blender is every time you try to blend some food up, as you turn the Rheostat switch, it kind of gets very jittery and it actually will spray the food up in your face if you're not careful. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. By the way guys, if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. We have a lot of cool videos coming up ahead as always. So let's get started here. So as you can see, as we're turning this thing up, you can hear the motor very, very jittery. It's like stopping and going, and it's extremely difficult when you're trying to blend food up, especially if you have some liquidy stuff in there. If you don't have the cover on top, forget it. It's going to shoot that food up into your face. So this is what you got to do to fix this particular blender. First things first, as you can see, take off that rubber cover. It comes off very easily with your hands. No tools required. On the very top, you're going to see 4 screw holes. These are Phillips screws. Grab yourself a Phillips screwdriver and unscrew these 4 screws very, very carefully. Make sure you don't lose any of the screws when you take them out. Once you take those screws out, the top will lift off. There's not too much to worry about in here. There is a wiring harness that's connected and there's a little clip. So you're going to have to just be careful to separate the clip so you can pull the top off and to the side. Use a tiny little screwdriver and pop the knob off this control, this Rheostat switch, okay? And right behind that knob, you're going to see that there is a nut. All you got to do is get a socket, find the correct size socket. Well, I'm going to actually put the size socket right here in the video. It's a 1/2 inch socket. Unscrew that thing, and then the switch will come out of the hole. There are 2 wires, and don't worry about the colors here. They're both white. You're going to pull them off the board. There's no polarity, so when you put the thing back together, you don't have to worry about mixing these things up. But you're going to go ahead and pull the wires off the board like that. By the way, if I haven't mentioned it, please remember to unplug this thing before you start separating wires and pulling this thing apart. I did it, but I didn't show doing it, so anyway, you get the idea. So once you have the wire plugs pulled off the board, you can simply take this switch, this Rheostat switch off, and we're going to go ahead and replace it with this new switch that I happened to buy on Amazon, and I will put the link in the description to where you can get it. It's an excellent switch, and I've actually priced this thing out. And the good thing about Amazon, as you know, is you can buy it there and you can get it in 2 days if you have Amazon Prime, and it's actually a little bit cheaper compared to some of the other places where I've found it. So here I am feeding the wires through, and just to make things nice and neat and tidy when you put everything back together. And again, don't worry about where these plugs go. Make sure you push them on tightly. And again, the polarity doesn't matter. Then you're going to take the new Rheostat switch, put it in through the hole where the old one came from. And on the other side, you're going to take your the nut and your socket, your 1/2 inch socket again, and you're going to just simply tighten it up so it's nice and snug. And you're going to put your knob on. You're going to have to make sure the knob goes on correct so that you turn it and it lines up with the numbers. That's something that you guys can fiddle with when you get to that point. At this point, you're going to make sure the wires are neatly put back in, and there's a little clip. Make sure the little clip is holding the wires correct, and you're going to carefully put the blender back together without pinching any wires or any wires getting caught in the motor or anything like that. It's a little bit tricky. You're going to have to kind of mess with it a little bit until you get things lined up, but once you do, the cover will slide right on, and once it slides on, you're just going to take your screws, put them back in, and tighten it all up, and you should be in business. Let's go ahead and tighten those things up and put the rubber piece back on. Now you can go ahead and plug it back into the wall, and we're going to go ahead and test it. Here we go. And you can see the problem is solved. Thanks for watching the video, guys. This is a simple project. You guys can do this probably in 15 minutes. Please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up. Please share. I hope it helped. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.